Hi, I'll show you how to get your first SaaS customers for free. That means without ads, that means without featured listings, without expensive SEO tools, and without influencers that charge tons up front. In this video, I'll show you how to take your SaaS product and put it in front of your target audience to see how they respond to it. This video is useful for two types of people. One, people who just build their SaaS, and second is people who already have existing SaaS but want to increase their organic traffic because it directly affects the acquisition value of this product. Last thing before we jump in is why listen to me. I built 14 microsaas apps, 6 failed, 8 were profitable. I was able to scale them up and sold most of them. And the most important thing, or one of the most important thing about SaaS, is organic traffic because it directly affects investors and buyers and how they perceive your product. All right, so in this video, I'll show you these things. But first, I want to talk about tools to stay away from and why. This video you're watching is probably not the first video in this niche. That's why I need to emphasize on the tools that other YouTubers talk about and reasons why you need to stay away from, because they will hurt your product more than they will help you. Then I'll show you best resources for getting customers for free. And to show you, I just launched a new product about 30 days ago, and we've been slowly scaling up by applying the methods that I'll show you in this video. We hit a peak a couple of days ago with 74 visitors. Organic visitors entered our website, and here you can see that most traffic came from Google. Then we have a little bit of Instagram and YouTube, but to show you, I'm not running any ads. My UTM parameters are not even enabled. If I were running ads like Google, Facebook, Instagram, I would have to enable UTM parameters because we would need to track the campaigns and where the traffic is coming from and the sales. And one more thing to show you, I have enabled firewall to prevent bots, and we can see in the past day it denied, challenged, and logged bots. So all of this traffic that you see here is actually organic. And the last thing I want to show you in this video as a bonus is how to get 5% conversion rate on your landing page, because that will incredibly increase your conversion rate and just the revenue flow. All right, well, let's get started. Let's start with tools to stay away from and why. And this is, unfortunately, I have to talk about this because other YouTubers tell you to do this. So we're going to start with Product Hunt. And if you've seen any other videos in this niche, they say go and either advertise your product here or just submit it for free. And there's a huge problem with this. The problem is, who's your target audience? It probably doesn't live in Product Hunt. Well, what type of people stay on Product Hunt? If we go on SimilarWeb, we see that it has pretty healthy traffic. It has 3 million monthly visitors. But who are these people? These people are entrepreneurs, indie hackers, SaaS owners. They all come here to find a new next product to go and replicate, to go and copy it. If you watch any YouTube videos on how to find profitable SaaS, everybody will tell you come to Product Hunt, find a growing SaaS, and replicate it. Unless you want 10 to 20 direct competitors within the first month of your SaaS, stay away from this. And I've made a mistake a couple of years ago actually advertising stuff on Product Hunt, not advertising, but just uploading it for free. And the great thing was I got about 4 or 5 signups, paid customers. But then a month later, my product was just completely replicated. These 4 or 5 people who subscribed actually just scraped everything, every logic, every business value of my product, and just replicated it. You will get, if you advertise stuff on Product Hunt, you will get a couple of signups, but this will kill your product extremely fast. So I would say stay away from Product Hunt because it's a quicksand. And the next thing YouTubers talk about is there's an AI for that. It's just a direct competitor, Product Hunt, and their traffic is also, they're actually doing better than Product Hunt. But people come here is advertise their products that they build. Some of it's pretty cool, like AI stuff, image generation, some interesting stuff. But also, this is the same problem here. You can advertise your product here. I think it's $350 to get featured, or just you can upload it for free. But people will rip off your SaaS. So stay away from this. And it's very unfortunate that other YouTubers just say, come here and post here. The next thing I have to talk about is Reddit, and not just any subreddit, but people say go on SaaS, SaaS for sales, SaaS marketing. I have these pulled up here and just advertise here. The problem with here is that people do advertise their products here, but this is not where your target audience lives, right? If you build a SaaS, let's say for nurses, do nurses hang out on our SaaS? Probably not. These are like product hunt, and there's AI for that. These are where entrepreneurs hang out. And I would not share your product with other entrepreneurs. You can ask for feedback, but still, I would ask a friend or somebody with technical knowledge or business knowledge for feedback rather than going SaaS marketing and SaaS sales. So SaaS marketing is just a shit show, really. People literally just, there's some good advice here, but most stuff is just people trying to advertise their marketing SaaS, and they're getting called for it. So I would suggest not to post anything on SaaS sales, SaaS marketing. And last thing is stay away from Twitter. I'm not even going to open Twitter. Stay away from this. You will not get real customers if you just brag about, hey, I built my SaaS. You can find customers, and I'll talk to you later, by finding your target audience. And if your target audience lives on Twitter, which they probably could, you can reach them. There's specific tools for that, specific methods. I'll cover it. Same for Reddit. But stay away from just going and saying, I built SaaS, give me advice, or advertising on SaaS, advertising on there's an AI for that, and stay away from product hunt. All right, cool. We're done with tools to stay away from. Let's get to the most important part of the videos. What are the actual best resources? Now let's talk about how to promote your product for free. And before we jump in and show you the ways, let's talk about why. Because we know it's much harder to scale organic traffic, and ads are much easier scalable. It's way to go. And let's say why ads? Is because let's say you know your average order value. Let's say it's $20 per month. Let's say you have three different tiers: $10, $17, and $25. And most of your features live in the more expensive tiers. So you calculate your AOV, or you not calculate it, you see it based on the data. And then you know that LTV, lifetime value, is $60. So let's say people stay on average with you for 3 months. Once you know this data, you can start running ads. And let's say this is Google Ads. If you run $100 per day campaigns and you get 5 purchases per day, that means your CPA's cost per acquisition is $20, which is really good because your LTV is 60. So you pay like your CPA equals your 1 month of revenue, which is really good if your LTV is $60. That means you can scale it twice, let's say $200 a day, and you will see less CPA, less purchases. Usually that's how it works with Google Ads. And then you keep scaling up until you hit your ceiling. And let's say you spend $1,000 per day and you get 45 CPA. Well, technically you're still making money. You still make $15 per customer. So you have to find your perfect ceiling, your perfect room, how much you want, what your goal CPA is. I will make a video on Google Ads or all types of ads later, the ones that I run. But it's much easier to scale ads than organic. So let's talk about why why do you need organic traffic for free? Let's talk about, as I said, this video is for new and new SaaS owners and existing. For new ones, you don't know your KPIs. You don't know your AOV, your LTV. You still don't know it. So you need to find out with the organic traffic. And that's why if you advertise on something like Product Hunt, you will get 3-4 signups. They will scrape your website and leave within the first month. That's not your target audience. So you have to show your product in front of your target audience to get the right KPIs. You might not have experience with ads, which is very valid reason. And you're not sure about the product. You just built SaaS. You don't want to commit to spending money on this. This is very valid reasons. So one thing to know is for all new SaaS owners, you just built SaaS. You tested it yourself. Your mom tested it, right? Or your friend just tested it. It doesn't mean you won't have issues. You will 100% get issues with your SaaS. And having free users, organic traffic, will be much easier to fix it before you scale up and run ads. The next thing is frequisition equals best feedback ever. That means if organic people come on you and they search for your product, or they get it through influencer channel, you can ask their feedback because you have the database of their emails. You can just ask them for their feedback, and they'll tell you the feedback. It's much harder to get feedback from traffic that came from ads. I guarantee you that. And for existing SaaS owners, you want to scale your organic traffic because that directly affects your acquisition value. Or you also have no time for ads, right? You keep building different SaaS products. I've been on the same page. It's so hard to just do everything. You're business owner, you're marketing, you're hire people. It's a lot. So constant organic traffic equals higher exit, which is great. And organic traffic actually brings higher conversion rate because that's people just naturally warm traffic. If it's YouTube, I'll show you the ways, but it's just warm traffic. In a lot of cases, it's just conversion rate. And I'll show you how to get 5%. So this is why, and this is what you have to understand why we're doing organic traffic and how to get them for free. So, all right, let's get started. The first one is I just talked shit about Reddit, but we have to come back to it. Subreddits, you have to be on subreddits where your customers hang out with. Reddit has about 3.5 million subreddits. That's a lot, and that's definitely has a couple or at least one where your customers hang out. Let's do an example here. SAAS that makes automatic comment responses for ecom. Let's say an example here. You built SaaS for ecom owners, e-commerce. Um, they run Google ads, they run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever. People will just post organically. People will come and post a comment on those. And I don't know if you run Facebook ads, people will just say hateful stuff there. Some Karen will come here and it's like, well, I don't even like this product. I never tried it. So you need to be able to remove those comments, and going there manually or hiring somebody, a VA, virtual assistant, to do this is one thing. You have to pay the money, or you can just have AI do that. So this is our example. So what we would do is this: we're going to go on Reddit, and you can go explore community/explore. So if we make it for entrepreneurs, I would say let's just type e-commerce and see what comes up for communities. So we have e-commerce with 500,000 members. That's probably a healthy way to post it. E-commerce marketing could be e-com growth, entrepreneur. A lot of e-commerce brands host on Shopify, but this subreddit I think is for developers. We can take a look at it actually. Yeah, this one is mostly for Shopify. You could post here. Thing is, you can have couple of Reddit accounts and just post of them. So what do? How do you post it, right? So how do you get organic traffic from Reddit? I have a couple of examples. You don't want to say, hey, I built a SaaS, come here and check it out. You want to build something very lucrative. Something like, I got my first 1,000 visitors, domain rating 6 in 3 weeks just by submitting to these 50 directories. And I guarantee you this guy is advertising one of them. Here we go. We use getmorebacklinks.org. And it got pretty healthy rating. I don't know if it's bots, but it has a lot of comments. So this is the way to advertise. Bring some value in the post. Is like solve their problem, uncover their problem. In our case, with the SaaS marketing, automatic responses, you can say, I keep getting hundreds of hateful comments, and my SaaS removes them all. And I found a SaaS that removed them. You can either say, you can test. That's why I have a couple of Reddit accounts. One, say, I build this, I kind of want to give back to the community. I faced this issue, I built this SaaS for myself, and I want to give it back to you guys. Or you can say, I found this perfect SaaS that solved my problems. This is another one. This guy, I'm not sure exactly, he's probably not advertising, but this is the type of content you want to show us. Like, I share my experience, walk them through your experience. This is interesting one. It's not advertising anything, but after like 147 failed ChatGPT prompts, I had a breakdown and discovered something, and he could advertise it here. This is a prompt. He can really sell a prompt. I mean, people do sell prompts, but something like this, or just be direct. This is for Cloud AI. Just try out Serena MCP. Thank me later. These are all ways you can just start here and just start posting, and you will get initial traffic. And this is really good for new SaaS owners to get initial feedback and get so they can uncover issues with your SaaS. The only thing here is you can't scale it, right? You can't organically just keep producing more posts. It's all manual work. You can obviously write it with AI, but still it's a manual work. You can't just scale it like ads. And I'll show you ways to scale it. So let's talk about the next very good organic channel, and it is influencers. And I said in the beginning of this video, you don't want to pay influencers up front, and I stand by it. You never want to pay any influencers money up front. You just want to split 50-50 the commission, or give them 50% commission or less. It's up to you. But what I do, these are the best channels: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Depends what your target audience is, right? But YouTube is just an umbrella, and I think YouTube is by far the best one because YouTube has shorts, but it has long form videos that people get way more quality content from, like this one, I hope. But what I do here is, you don't need to, there's services that you can pay a lot of money, like $100, $150. They'll give you a list of influencers on YouTube. But what I do is I do it very cheap. I go on Appify, Apify has like a marketplace for scrapers, and you can get YouTube scraper, and you just say your niche keywords, right? If it's for e-commerce, just like say e-commerce marketing or e-commerce or drop shippers, whatever, and you just get the list of YouTubers. From then, you get list of YouTubers. You need to extract their emails from their YouTube channels. Oh, by the way, this is all free. It all says $20 per month plus usage. This one is $5 per thousand videos. They all offer free trials. So just scrape it once and then delete it or cancel the subscription. So it's all free. So get the emails. Uh, After, or you can also use this one, YouTube email scraper, because most of them don't work perfectly. You will miss out on a lot of emails. So you use a couple of ones, just sign up and try for free and cancel. But then you'll still have gaps, right? Let's say you'll get like 100 200 YouTubers, and it will actually just collect emails for about 80 or 90. You'll still need to do gaps. And I use VAs for them, virtual assistants. I go on Fiverr. I like this guy. Um, I'm not affiliated with him at all. He's very cheap. You can use him. He says he will just manually go and find you YouTube like emails, and he just charges $30 per 1,000 emails. So if you only have like 100, 200, he will just drop the price completely. And then once you have a list of, let's say, 200 YouTubers, right, you need to send them emails. You can do it by hand. You can have a VA do it. I use Mixmax. If you heard about it, they charge you. You can do 1 month, $30. I think free plan just doesn't. You need email sequences. You need to follow up. So this is an example of mine. I send out 5 emails. I create a sequence, and then what I do is, and this is really really useful thing. This is how I got such a huge response rate on my emails. Is this idea for your next video? Just this, and then say, hey man, or hey name, I built this tool that your target or your target audience really would like that. If you want to promote it, I will give you 50% or 40%, whatever, of revenue. And make sure you follow up. This is really just numbers game, and I follow up every day. Obviously, Mixmax does it for me. You can attach your. I would suggest use your personal email, not your SAAS email, because it's just more authentic, and you want to sound like a human. Write it yourself, and just like, improve writing with ChatGPT or something. Don't give it like a AI written email. They can spot it really easy, but just be very organic with them. That's how you will get influencers. And one thing I showed you in my Vercel analytics, I got 72 visitors in one day. That's from one of the influencers, and he didn't just make a video. It's one big YouTuber. So I'm not going to say who it is because it's not relevant to you. But he has a course that he sells to his people, and he just included my product in his course as a great resource, and that's why it's a warm audience. And 72 people who visited, half of them ended up signing up. So try this; it's definitely great. And the great thing about it is you kind of can scale it because YouTubers will make videos for you, and then if you decide to go ad route, you can talk with them and ask them if you can cut their video and just use that as an ad. All right, now let's talk about the best way to get organic sales, and the way you can scale it is SEO. And you've probably heard many times about it. And I used to hate doing SEO. I used to hire SEO, um, not developers, or developers and people who just create backlinks and everything. They would cost a lot of money. It would just be extremely negative experience. But then I kind of decided I'll do it on my own, and now it's really easy and it brings me really good organic traffic. So what you want to do is find out your keywords. Find out the keywords that you rank for. You can either hire a person. That's what I used to do. You can do Google Trends, or you can use a paid tool. Like I use SEO AI, and I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not advertising them. But what this is their website. It's a great tool because it can find your keywords and it can write blogs for you, which is huge for ranking. But one thing to say is they have their pricing is $50 per month. Um, but they've got a 7-day trial, and do whatever you want to do with this information. But if I go on this one, as I said, I have an account for them because I use it for my SAASs. They have a chatbot, or they have keyword tools. But you can say, in my example, with the tool that we talked about, SaaS to respond to negative comments for e-commerce owners. Let's say my SaaS response, uh, I misspelled, but is made for e-commerce owners and removes bad comments that they get and responds to positive and question-like comments on their social media. Come up with at least 50 relevant keywords that I can rank for. It'll give you keywords, and then you say perform volume search on these keywords, and it already gives you a good number. Let's say even these ones are good, and you can rank for these, and you can use them in your Google ads. But once you have keywords, now you have your keywords. Um, Optimize your landing page with technical SEO. People used to hire developers for this. Now you have Cloud Code or Codex. Just give it a prompt. Tell it you're an SEO expert. I need you to optimize my landing page for these for the technical SEO. This is the list of my keywords, and then after it's done, it will produce sitemap.xml for you, and you have to go on Google's Search Console and just upload it there, and that's it. And just by doing that, it will start ranking your website. On addition to that, you can start writing blogs, and that's why I use heavily this tool for. Is just I write blogs and I upload them. I have not found a tool, and SEO.ai doesn't do this, is you cannot automatically publish your blogs. It can if you have your website on WordPress or Shopify, but since you're a SaaS owner, you probably have it hosted somewhere else. And just like mine, it's connected to GitHub, right? And then in my case, it's hosted on Vercel. So Vercel pulls data from GitHub. I did not find a way to just automatically push it to GitHub um, because it's AI and it can fuck up your website, right? Like it can hallucinate. So I manually review every time it writes a blog. What I do is just every Monday it writes 5 blogs for me, and then I just push them automatically. Um, so I push 5 blogs on each Monday, and that's how it ranks my page up. I did not find a way or very not complex way to just make it automated. So if you have one, just please write it in the comments. I would love to hear if you found a way to solve the writing blocks. But SEO will literally just it's free. I mean, if you can use SEO.ai, or if you just already know your keywords, you don't need to use any tools. You collected one time the list of your keywords, and you just keep producing blogs based on these keywords. Um, and it's free. It's great. This is the best way to scale your organic traffic, to scale your traffic organically. All right. Last thing, as I promised, as a bonus, I want to show you how to get 5% conversion rate on your landing page. And it's pretty simple, honestly. You have to treat your landing page as a storyboard. And you probably have heard this before, but this is very important. You want to have this section. First section, your hero section, you just want to say what it does in one sentence. Because for warm traffic, people who already search for your tool, this is just solves their problem and just have a sign up page. That's it. People who decide to learn more about your product, create a problem, make sure it hits your target audience problem. That's why you need to know who your target audience is very important. Then how you can solve their problem. Then just show the features of your product, be very transparent, show pricing. Then social proof. If you're a new SaaS owner, it's a little bit harder. You don't have really such social proof. If you have it, this will increase your conversion rate by a lot. Social proof is probably number one thing that increases your conversion rate. And then FAQ. Simple background converts better. It is just data, but you can use your theme scholars. For example, if in my example, let's say I built a tool that responds to comments for e-commerce owners on Facebook, have Facebook colors. If it's made for Reddit, made Reddit colors, Twitter colors, etc. But use clean styling. You can use V0, Lovable, or just Cloud Code. I still have V0 subscription. I don't know if I'm going to use it for much longer because Cloud Code or Codex can just replicate it much better if you give it clear directions like sections. But this is V0 communities, and they built. I just typed SaaS landing page, and it disappeared. But people will just show what they built, and you can copy this. Anyway, it's taking forever. But yeah, use V0, Lovable. I use Cloud Code now. I give it my sections, and I say make it very clean. Ask me questions. Tell Cloud Code to ask you questions when you build a landing page. One thing I want to add for pricing is I've experimented with multiple pricing structures, different tiers, and I usually charge monthly. If you charge monthly, don't give free access without a credit card. This is very important because you will have hackers, you will have people just signing up with different emails. Um, it's a big problem. Just let them add their credit card, and by doing that, you will get rid of a lot of noise, a lot of people who are not going to sign up anyways. So add a credit card when they sign up. I use Stripe. It lets you do like how many days. I usually do like 3 to 7 days max. I never give it more than 7 days. I found that 3 days is a good medium, because they will see benefits of your products right away. And why then use it for free? You can charge them. Last thing I want to add is I do one-on-one consulting with a small group of people. I work with about 3 to 5 people per month. We find products. I help people find products, build them, and market them with organic traffic like this. We do basically what I showed you in this video. We just go much more in depth. We meet twice a week, usually for 3 months. That's how long it takes to get the SaaS and advertise SaaS. But if you're interested, hit the link in the description. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much.